And we're back.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
Yep. We're going to do a little bit of an Easter egg. Here in this kind of lake near where Wall/Warris used to be, there is a new, well, not really new, it's actually an old zone. It's the Warris Tower.
Yep.
I can probably hold my breath, but
Real.
only for about 7 minutes. So,
Only 7 minutes.
I mean, that's still, Bartz, that's impressive. I don't know why you're apologizing for that. So, the timer keeps going during battle. The best thing you can do is just run.
The average,
Don't fight.
it's like 45 seconds, at most 2 minutes.
Yeah. And that's for people who have trained extensively to do precisely that. And actually, you don't even need that much time, because if you'll recall, the tower is relatively short, and the monsters inside are really not that dangerous. They're not really supposed to be, they're really just supposed to be time sinks.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the silhouettes are just silhouettes of monsters you would have encountered in Loris/Waltz Tower anyway. And I'm using the names interchangeably because I just genuinely forget which translation uses which. And if you miss anything, you have the option of leaving and coming back. And that will reset your air meter. Like that, you're not only given one shot at this, really. And if you're wondering, Snek, got another 7 minutes. Oh right, the chest literally just has empty air in it. That's just kind of a joke. Not really a joke. I guess there are mechanical repercussions, but since this isn't the original SNES version and you could only run when you had a thief, this is significantly easier. Some of you might be wondering, Snek, why are you doing this? This doesn't benefit you at all. You're a locked party run. Yes, I know. But honestly, this little Easter egg tickles me, and it's fun, so we're doing it.
Also, this character shows up in later Final Fantasies. So that's
later
fun.
Final Fantasy, really. Singular. I believe there's a reference to him in 14, but he really only shows up again in 6. It's taking the first 2 acts, but now the amazing power of the crystal shard is within my competent grasp. Turn back and be gone. I shan't allow you to take it. Will you heed my warning? No. Then let the curtain rise. Welcome to the hardest boss fight in the game, guys. If you attack, my name is Gogo. Mimic extraordinaire. The basis? No, the very soul of mimicry is the ability to aptly imitate anything, no matter the situation. Thus, I will imitate your every move. When you attack, I too will attack and like. When you cast a spell, I too will cast that spell. If you imitate me, you would certainly win. But more likely, the curtain will fall on your lives.
No.
Now, okay, excuse me for just a minute here.
Are you gonna have to use a Phoenix down on her?
Actually, it may not count. It looks like Ferris is just forced to miss. But, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Ferris, why don't you just chill for a minute? There we go.
Holy cow. It actually killed her, wow.
I told you she's undead right now, so yeah, it's the same. I don't know if we got lucky and she just missed a lot, or if that was scripted because the game kind of gives you a mercy at that, but it's fine. So, that being done, we can just chill for a minute. And no, he will only mimic things that target him. If you're targeting your own party, he doesn't care, and he'll ignore it.
Okay, strange flex, but whatever. You know, you guys just stabbed each other, you know, whatever.
You guys just killed one of your own? Okay, that's cool. So if you're wondering why I'm not doing anything, it's because he literally explained how to win. He said, if you can mimic me, you will win. Well, we are mimicking him. He's currently doing nothing, so we are currently doing nothing. Apart from using a Phoenix down.
How long do you have to wait?
It's like 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, bravo, bravo. So it's about 2 minutes. Perfect, just lovely. You observed me doing nothing. And you're copying my inaction. Or, should I say, you're doing perfectly nothing perfectly. Yes, you feel it, the essence of mimicry. I give you my blessing.
You too can be Magnus the Red.
To follow the true path of
Doing nothing
imitation.
perfectly.
Adieu. Break a leg. Doing perfectly nothing perfectly. And he literally just uses Banish on himself and ends the fight. Resting within the shard, a warrior spirit. Mime. Master Mimic. Obtain the secret job class. It really should be secret job classes. On account that there was 3 in the Game Boy Advance game. But, you know, details. And now we're done. There's really nothing left here in the Tower of Waltz, and we can just leave now. Honestly, I just like doing that, even if I don't plan on using Mimic, because I just think that little bit's funny.
It is funny. It kind of is just an encapsulation of, you know, the kind of weird sense of humor of Final Fantasy V. And why I always find it, like, annoying that, you know, inevitably Final Fantasy is always considered this extremely serious maudlin thing when, you know, a lot of early Final Fantasy is kind of goofy.
It really is. Even 6, which is kind of the start of the weird, super maudlin cyberpunk fantasy, really had a lot of comedy bits in it. Like, a lot of comedy bits in it. To say nothing of, you know, Ultros.
Oh no, he's setting fire to Figaro! Or, should I say, guess we're gonna have to leave this situation. Son of a submariner! Don't care what people say.
The Woolsey translation was pretty fantastic, and they tacitly admitted to as much by using quite a lot of it in the re-release. So that
like, it's not accurate. It's like, yeah, okay.
Your mom's
not accurate.
Wow, it's like 2 bodies, 1 brain. And we can go ahead and heal as a formality, though I don't really think we took a whole lot of damage. But Ferris's axes do burn MP, so, you know, it's fine. Or one of them does, at least. I do love that. I wasn't sure if the Phoenix Down would kill her, but yeah, it does. Science confirmed.
Oh, well, she is undead, technically speaking.
She is. So, there are a few extra things you can do. There's a Phoenix Tower where you can get the Phoenix Summon, you can get the Shildra Summon, you can get Bahamut. I'm not doing any of that, because I'm not using Summoner. So, if you're going, Snek, well, what do? Well, it's quite simple. You have to go to the Void Gate that sits over where Tycoon used to be. And this is what was throwing me off. We actually could have gone at any time once we had the airship, and X-Death ripped the Void open. Now I have to remember where Tycoon is located on this map and fly over it real quick, because that is where we will enter into the Void Zone. That's Waltz. So the ship graveyard would have been in the north. That is the Wind Shrine, so Tycoon would have been around here-ish. Yep, there we go. Had to work backwards a little bit from there, but we got it.
Oh man, that's one crazy Mode 7 effect.
What's that? The Rift! Can't fight it, we're being sucked in. Good, we get a free ride. Here we go. Honestly, for first-time players in particular, I actually do encourage you to explore all the additional content. But because my friends gave me such a lovely fixed party, we're not going to bother. I'm not salty at all. Can you tell? No, actually, in all actuality, this party is actually quite interesting, and I do feel like I've learned quite a good deal by using it.
I mean, you could use Aqua Breath right now.
That's true. We are in a desert. They don't have a whole lot of health. It's probably overkill. I'll just use Goblin Punch. When I counter these,
Bleh.
a fresh batch of these guys would definitely merit it. Why are you guys dead? What's the deal? Yeah, nuts to it. I'm just gonna use it. Just get rid of these guys.
Why did the gross worm things give you holy water? What's up with that?
That's a good question. See, the interesting thing about Aqua Breath is it doesn't actually do a check for water weakness. It looks for desert dwellers. It actually does not... I believe it's actually neutral element in terms of damage output.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just, you know, a quirk that they use to get around that limitation.
Honestly, I think it's more interesting than the way that Chrono Trigger handles it, where they're just like, oh, ice and water, they're two different elements that, you know...
That are mechanically the same element.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a choice. For 1,000 years we have been sealed within the rift. Once Extat attains the power of the void, our new home, a world of darkness, will be born. You've been a thorn in Lord Extat's side for long enough. The void will be your burial ground. Wah! Also, we can leave at any time. You are not locked into this place.
Okay. You're not the first demons that I'm going to kill. You're not going to be the last.
But you will be demons that I kill. Of that, I promise you.
But I've only hold 67 of them.
Yeah, not messing with it. So, earlier, I said I was going to use the Brave Blade. Turns out you can't, it's only a night weapon. Then, I was like, oh, well, I can use the Chicken Knife. And no, you can't. Because the Pixel Remaster fixes the exploits that would allow you to use the Chicken Knife without consequence. It is no longer the best weapon in the game. So running or staying and fighting are both virtually the same in regards to that strategy. I tried. Believe me, I tried. But at this point, I think the only thing you could actually do that might work is if you put the Chicken Knife in the hands of a Dragoon and jumped. I don't think anything else will actually work. Yeah, no, we're out. They're gonna use self-destruct. I'm not messing with it. So, it used to be where you could put a chicken knife into the left hand of a character with dual wield, and it wouldn't trigger the knife's flee ability. It does now. You also could give it to a berserker, who could do the same, and they would just, run away. They wouldn't run away because the berserk quality would overrule it. It doesn't anymore. So, yeah. A lot of things that made the chicken knife quite neat don't work anymore.
The people who talk about how the Famicom and Super Famicom were so good don't seem to understand that how limited it was. Like, honestly, a TI-83 calculator has more processing power, more RAM than a Nintendo does. So a lot of the reasons why early RPGs especially are the way they are is because they're operating with a extremely limited ability to process things. I mean, it's not just the ability of not just RPG's ability, like the way that certain bosses were handled. Like, for instance, I want to say like Super Castlevania actually has a boss where you literally fight the background layer.
Yep, there's a few games like that. Super Metroid does that. Mega Man X does that. There's quite a few that took advantage of the layers that the SNES could do, and basically just put a sprite over like the head or whatever the weak point would be, and the monster itself was actually a background with a very simple animation to give the illusion of fighting a supermassive boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, in a lot of ways, it was a matter of just necessity being mother of invention. But honestly, I found that makes it quite fascinating.
You know, but now everyone has such a so, you know, it's expected that you're going to have, you know, like 64 gigabytes of RAM and, you know, a 69 420 RTX card. So,
yep.
You know, there's no need to do any of that anymore, or so is imagined. I disagree personally, but, you know, I'm a crazy person who thinks that, you know, you should be smart. Oh, isn't this the,
This is Mirage Village, and because they mentioned that Mirage Village was banished to the void by Anuo. However, this is the Mirage Village that is trapped in time. The people here are locked in place and cannot talk to you, and therefore none of their amenities are actually functional. That's why there is that pot of healing water in the hallway downstairs. The shops themselves are not functional, the NPCs are not functional, and I don't believe the inn is either. In fact, let's verify that, because I do want to... Nope.
I was about to say, one of the Mirage Village that's actually where you get, the ultimate white and black magics from.
Yeah. Well, you got those from the Twin Towers, but we've done that already. And so, the thing is, the Void is made up of an amalgamation of everything consumed by the Void. So you have things like, you know, the Moogle Forest, which is where we are now. Then you'll have bits of the Lost Ruins that we already passed through. You'll see... you'll see lots of different places, and they're all incorporated in a very clever way.
I want to say Breath of Fire 1 does something similar when you go into the goddess's realm.
Yeah, because it uses a lot of dungeon motifs from earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Man, fighting these guys is not worth it. I was like, oh, I need to get a little XP along the way. It's like, no, maybe this is a bad idea after all. Funny enough, true water damage is only doable via a water scroll or the Sildra summon. Otherwise, it's either neutral damage or it's not even a water ability. We're outie. This is so not worth it.
I'm the strongest hero! The warriors of light fled from me!
Yeah, okay.
Munchkin's too strong. Heroes run from us. Did I just say knock silly?
Yes. I actually don't know what that does. The Lilith Rod. Which I believe is
I want to say that is a charm.
Yeah, for black mages. None of us can use it. I believe the chemist uses white mage gear. Technically, I think Snek could use it in that case, but actually, blue mage is honestly better off with a sword. There's very few cases where a rod is significantly better. Let's see, the ribbon... right. The ribbon is an interesting piece of armor because none of us are going to be able to use it.
Which is unfortunate. In the original Final Fantasy, ribbon was actually incredibly powerful, and you can only get 2 of them, and that's if you went out of your way. The reason for that is that it prevents all status effects, which includes instant death, which, in Final Fantasy 1, there's like 4 different ways you can get instant death.
So, all the classes that can use a ribbon, Dancer and Freelancer. That's it. No one else can. One of Dancer's abilities is actually equip ribbons. So, I mean... And I think in Final Fantasy V, I don't think it's every single ailment, but it's like the majority of them. Cancer, that's actually the sword.
Well, I mean, the main thing that you get it for in 1 is the immunity to death.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get kill, you get stone, you get break, and all of those effectively will instant kill you.
Yep, and the ribbon immunizes you to all of them. Yeah, almost forgot this. Go away, shrooms. Don't want to deal with your nonsense right now.
Oh, don't you want to play The Last of Us Part 3?
Uh...
Last 3 soon?
Yeah.
No!
This world is so peaceful. Why don't you rest here? For all eternity! We
The
cannot
Elder
leave...
Tree's memory was the best part of Breath of Fire 2!
Oh, Lord, she is true evil. I don't remember what her deal is, so let's, do a quick scan of the situation. 68. No specific weaknesses.
Let me guess, she's... you'd think that she'd be weak to fire.
You would think that, but that also means she has no specific resistances, which means basically anything works.
Ew! Stop doing that! What are you talking about?
68.
Weird voice. Stop doing that. That's annoying.
Ah, this should be fun. Level 2 old.
Sonny.
Because even if she had a resistance to that, she literally cannot shrug it off because things that have a level check ignore invulnerabilities. 68. What else is that a multiple of?
4.
Is it? That doesn't sound right. Am I going crazy? Now let's take a stab at it. What? Blue magic, like, level blue magic does not reflect. What is this nonsense? How annoying. At least in the Super Nintendo version, if it had a level check, it wouldn't be reflected ever. Okay. Thanks for giving our Berserker reflect, I guess. Oh, okay. Very cute. Very cute.
Guys, Ferris is laughing. I don't know if that whether or not I should be worried.
literally just not going to do anything.
Yeah. 68 divided by 4 is 17 there, my friend.
Alright, so I was going crazy. Neat. Don't remember my mixtures. But at this point, I don't think it really matters all that much. Her defense is very high, and that's very annoying, but I don't think it's going to be the end of the world regardless.
That's alright, we have a Ferris.
We have a Ferris, and
I have a high defense!
And we have scrolls, which
Yeah.
will help with that.
You know, that might be the reason why we started turning Kimyawa into a black mage, to be perfectly honest. That and the fact that we don't really have a black mage in Amazing Quest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Goblin Punch is working pretty good here. Well, part of that's because it casts like a spell, but it's not calculated like one in most respects. In fact, the scrolls are really similar for the same reason, actually. Asuna does not cure old, and that's the only status we put on you, so you're just wasting your turns at this point. At this point, we can probably just overpower her. There's not much of a threat here. Punch! Again, you are literally just wasting MP, which is, fine by me, of course. Honestly, it would be pretty funny if she started getting the, out of MP notice. I believe MP is hard capped at 99 on a regardless basis. Yeah, I think she's literally just out of options and is just desperately trying to, stop us from overpowering her, but she doesn't really have a means of stopping us at this point. Yeah, as said. Honestly, I think casting ult on her was kind of a death knell. She really just kind of resorted to reflect tactics at the end and didn't really try to do anything else. I think that's what Ferris already has. No, bone mail. I like the stamina boost. That's cool, but for now, I think this is actually better. Plus, I think White Wind works on undead, so it's actually better if we don't. I think that's because there is no healing calculation for White Wind. It's a set value, so I think it bypasses the check for undead. So I don't know if I'll leave it in the video or not, but when we were leaving the subterranean trench, I used White Wind for supplemental heals, and you guys are pathetically weak, as I recall. Yeah, that's what I thought. I used White Wind for healing on my way out, and oh god, he's there. And it affected Ferris just fine. Yeah, Omega. And guess what? Guess who is not fighting Omega? Protect Ring is kind of just too good right now. Yeah, I kind of thought that after that intro. Ferris just smashing him into the dirt for 7,000 HP. Yeah, this save point is not really an optional thing. It's really more telling you that you need to save. Because otherwise, the thing that would fall ahead, it would just be a huge rookie trap that would just lose you several hours of your life. That thing is Omega. I don't want to fight Omega. Why? Because Omega will kill me in one hit. Omega is a very difficult and kind of gimmicky boss fight, and he will just delete me if I try. There are ways to beat him. There's numerous ways to beat him. There are ways to beat him that are relatively easy and straightforward. I don't have any of them. To be honest, I never thought you'd make it this far, but no matter. Soon, I shall rid you of your pitiful lives. The instant you touched this book, the dimensional switch was activated. Big mistake.
Your mom's a big mistake.
Hey guys, I'm Recolor Ifrit.
Your mom's recolored, Ifrit. Stop saying these things. You're really, really annoying. Your mom's really annoying.
Scan 59. Vulnerable to fire, which I pretty much already figured out.
59, you would be... I'm pretty sure that's divisible by 3.
Well, let's have some fun with that, shall we?
Actually, 59 is not divisible by 3. Alright, bro.
Okay. I don't get to bust out my level spells for this one, then. But you know what I do have? That'll work just fine. Flamethrower.
Oh no!
No, I'm on fire! That can't be good! Use magic
Strange,
hammer.
isn't it?
Lol. Lamau. XD even. Now, I don't remember which order they're in, but there is going to be one boss fight down here that is going to be an honest-to-God problem. The one with the bits. That one's going to be a pain. Oh, you toted. Total bummer, man. That'd be a problem if I didn't
Totally!
That'd be a problem if I didn't have 99 Maiden's Kisses. Oh, I want to use Protect like I'm a Pokemon! Yeah, that's not how any of this works. Yeah, we smoked him in more than one sense. Done and dusted. Thousand-year-old book. From forth the roiling skies was loosed a vile beast devoid of soul. Omega was its name. The dragon Shinryu came upon its heels. Not even the legendary Weapons 12 would subdue these evil creatures. Within the rift were the demons interred, so should they remain till eternity's end, their names to stay unspoken evermore. They're a big deal, is what that's trying to tell you. The Book of Magic, Volume 14, Secret of Gigaflare.
It's not even... It doesn't even really go into it here, but basically the entire thing is supposed to be... Shinryu shows up out of nowhere. It doesn't really go into it. In 14, they kind of go into it, and the fact that Shinryu, Shinryu is actually like a ancestral memory that certain humans have of Bahamut just dropping out of nowhere onto the world and basically destroying a good chunk of things. And so basically they have this like deep dread about this god of destruction that comes from the sky and just destroys everything, called Shinryu, which is this just giant dragon.
How annoying.
But Yeah, it's all about, you know, how the dragons are fleeing this great evil, and so they're just destroying worlds as they flee from this great evil. And don't you know, they're the victims in this situation, even though they basically are destroying every world they come across.
That's what dragons do. So death is the only way out for dragons, obviously.
And the thing that's the thing that's basically is chasing them is this implacable machine hunter called Omega. The entire thing with Omega is that Omega actually was created by a machine empire to try and stop, because what they thought was destroying everything were the dragons. And it turns out that the entire thing is this mistaken case of identity, and the thing that was destroying them was both things. Wasn't actually that, it was actually a third party. Oh boy.
The dragons are at fault for everything, TLDR.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you should take away from that. Dragon, bad.
Yeah, the dragons really are not, like, they are not the poor widow baby boo-boos that everyone seems to think that they are.
They're alien parasites with alien physiology, so bizarrely twisted by comparison that their literal existence seems to exist purely in paradox to like how life on Earth actually functions. They are a demonic plague, better exterminated than tolerated.
No, they're baby boo-boos.
No. And Hraesvelgr is the biggest, loser of all dragonkind.
Yeah, he is.
And he sucks. And I don't care how much you think Shiva is your waifu. Dracophiles get the bullet too.
Oh, I don't fault you for that one.
Everyone's like, the humans were up. No, the Dragoons were totally justified. The Order Dragoon did nothing wrong. Ishgard did nothing wrong. Oh, right, the dodge physical attacks. Right. I forgot that. That's on me. Here, let me make it up to you. Lightning will do. You should be dead already. You don't have that much health. Yeah, one more flamethrower ought to do it, I think. Why are you still alive, dude? Ugh, how annoying. Oh, right, that hurts you. Sorry, Ferris. Beating up Ferris is the theme for this update. Oh, they're weak to wind. That's good to know. I'll bear that in mind going forward.
Does seem like beating Ferris is, that is the recurring element, yes.
It is. Speaking of, we should probably top off after that. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, actually. Let's see, I believe this is the Tycoon Castle map at this point.
Is this the one where we have to fight against possessed Lena?
No. I thought we already... No, that's right after the pyramid. We already did that.
Oh, okay.
Thor's hammer. So let's see how Thor's hammer sizes up. Pretty good, actually.
Seventh Dragon, that was actually one of the best weapons you could get, as I recall.
Yep. Yeah, 91 and 81. Given that's literally Titan's axe, a legendary axe. It also means I think she'll stop having to spend MP for critical hits. Which, I mean, wasn't really a big deal, and it certainly wasn't a deal breaker, but just having something that hits that much harder by default is just better. That's why I very rarely build for crit, because, like, I'd rather hit consistently well. Alright, Thor's hammer is the one hammer that can attack from the back row. I actually forgot that was a thing.
It is kind of what it do, yes.
Yes. 48, 3000 HP, no specific weaknesses. How annoying. Now we have another one.
Now there are two of them.
Here, Lena, drink this.
That's a prequel reference. I've never seen a prequel in my life.
Well, you're doing yourself a disservice. The prequels were actually pretty good.
I only watch Disney sequels, Star Wars.
Oh god, I'm so sorry that you were locked in the basement and denied good entertainment.
How did you know about my prior history?
Call it a hunch.
I also only watch Marvel, Disney Marvel.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that no one loved you. I'm so sorry that you've lived life not ever knowing, true kindness.
I also think that Game of Thrones is the pinnacle of fiction, along with Steven Universe.
Alright, Jimmy, your head's going in the toilet bowl. It's for your own good. You'll thank me later. Probably not, but, I can tell myself that.
I'm sorry, Chatiko. I'm so sorry. We had to do it. He was too sick.
There was no other choice, unfortunately.
I understand. Ever since his father died in that freak ski-boarding snowing accident.
Hermes sandals.
Ah, those cast auto float, as I recall.
Auto haste, I believe.
Oh, well, that works too.
Prevents paralysis, sleep, stop, and slow. That part I didn't know. But honestly, that means it's perfect for Lena, then. I was tempted to put it on Ferris, but given that Lena is oftentimes our stopgap healer, it's not a bad idea. Why is it playing boss music? What's the deal here? Oh, it is a boss. Okay. 58. No specific weaknesses.
I'm old. I hate the young. I'm going to not...
Hang on. I'm gonna cheese this one. You just took away my Berserker, so I'm gonna give him Berserk instead.
What?
Hang on. I have to cheat and look up the recipe for this one. No, I don't want to sign in Microsoft. I need... Maiden's Kiss Holy Water. Enjoy your broken AI routine. That's what you get for being a jerk. Burn up his casts of Blink. Then... And then, Snek can now follow up with level 2 Old.
But I was already old. Now I'm super old.
Now you're even older. Yep.
Dang. Dang, Itchy. You just made him mega old.
And his stats will eventually whittle away to basically 0.
Oh, I don't want to eat applesauce. Eat applesauce, Granddad.
Whoops. Sorry, Kryle.
I'm used to it.
I was trying to have you hit yourself for healing, and that's not what happened there. Took away my berserker, I take away your life. I was just trying to talk to you. Catastrophe. I forget what this dude's deal is. But I can take a wild guess based on how much damage he just did. Scan this idiot so I can figure out what his deal is. 71. No specific weaknesses. How annoying. Yeah, I don't think I have anything in my mixture tricks that are going to really alter this one in our favor. As annoying as it is to admit that. So instead... so focus on just attacking a bunch, basically. Worst part is, I'm pretty sure that's an ability, not a spell, so I can't even rasp his MP away. Alright, Ferris comes through on the clutch. About time the Zerker caught a break. That's super annoying. You the ones who bear the crystal shards? Yes, I see. This shall be your burial ground. Ah, good. This is the Blue Mage boss fight, I believe. By good, I mean, well, this is going to be a bit painful.
Earl, actual Dracula, what are you doing here?
57. Vulnerable to poison. Great. That's great.
You get the sense that these guys are, leveled in such a way.
That you can't use any of your cool powers? Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting that. Sigh. Hang on. I do have a thing that can help with this. Antidote eye drop. Why is everything trying to pop up on my screen now? My antivirus is like, oh, you need to update. It's like, I will do that later. I'm in the middle of something. Why are you being a jerk now? That's inconsequential because I can just antidote eye drop. Those things I was doing were set damage anyway. Personally, yeah, I genuinely think the best strategy for this fight is to just use Ferris and Lena as beat sticks and just wear him down. Oh, we get to see if this works, so this should be interesting. Was it's a forced status change, I have this very annoying feeling it won't. Well, it'll be hilarious if it heals her to full upon timer running out. Oh, we won't even get to find out. The beat stick strategy saves the day.
Woohoo!
Just so you guys know, I have a sticky note app open with a bunch of the mixtures printed on it. And, yeah, I'm gonna cheat, because this part of the game's hard, and this party is even harder to use.
Is it really cheating, though?
I mean, it's literally abilities that I could have written down on a post-it note, and it's like stuff that's going to help me get through this. The chemist has really been something of a lifesaver, given that you can turn high potions into like halfway decent healing. I'm not like using up all of my elixirs just to do baseline healing. Do I want that chest? Do I want that chest that badly? No, I don't think I do, actually. Thank you, I've been locked here down here for ages. Here's a little reward for setting me free. Smooch. Now, unfortunately, our troubles will be endless now.
Will you be sad if, I'm not there with you, Snek?
The entirety of
A woman's heart is very fickle. I don't blame you that you would not be able to parse that. I really don't blame little Snek for not understanding Cat at that moment.
Oh my god, this fight is super annoying. Alright, deuces. We're out. Bye, guys.
Wow, they're fast.
Lord, how annoying. Yeah, we can just rasp your health down to nothing. How? It's just an ability.
What?
It's not even a spell. We can just
What?
do it infinitely.
What? Why?
Because we're called Deathclaw. That's literally our thing. We could be well balanced, but we're not. We choose this life. We woke up and chose violence. Man-eater. I believe that's a dagger. No? Then what is it? Yeah, it's a dagger. Lena can equip daggers. Everyone can equip daggers. Where is this thing? Oh, no, it would, if it's a ninja dagger, she definitely would be able to wield it. Dumb, dumb, dumb.
Yeah.
Nope, not messing with it. My threshold for random encounters is very low right now.
Well, I guess this is a bad time to ask if we're going to play Breath of Fire 2.
I'd have to play Breath of Fire 1 first.
The joke is that Breath of Fire 2 has a lot of random encounters.
God, does it.
I like the game, but yes, it is very grindy.
It's a good game, but it is extremely grindy, and there's 2 or 3 moments in it that are just hair-pullingly frustrating.
Elder Tree and the Whale?
The Elder Tree and the several missions are very annoying back and forths. Including, like, getting the mushroom for the Fat Queen. You leave without saying goodbye. How
Wait,
rude.
was
I
that
didn't give my
2?
kiss.
I thought that was 1.
That's in 2.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
How rude. I don't give my kisses to just anyone, you know. Come here, I'll treat you right. Treat you to a slow death at the hands of the master of the castle. I, Halicarnassus.
Halitosis?
I'm pretty sure she said halitosis. Sigh. Bitter really
was that
really
moment
hard, Ferris.
It was at that moment that, Snek was like, yeah, and then Lena and Ferris proceeded to do some, hot, Syscon Yuri action.
1197. Don't think there's anything neat I can do with 97. I think this is going to be a beat stick fight.
Yeah, sorry to say, 97 is kind of a weird number.
There's nothing to dispel. I don't know what you think you're doing there, but, nice try.
But you see, I could have dispelled my own spell against you.
Question? Yes, why are all of Itaku's voices silly?
That's the point.
I don't know how to answer that. I think I'm gonna sit down and have a long thought about my life.
Little bimmy. Silly voices are the best types of voices.
Also, Itaku was born as a dude, so unfortunately, there's only so much he can do, and there's supposed to be a feminine voice.
Also, I think the Japanese does imply Heliconarsis might be a dude.
I mean, they kind of look androgynous, so
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's an idea. I could maybe use the Super Psych ability.
And I mean, there's not. It wouldn't be unusual because I mean, wasn't that the thing with Flea and Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, Square Enix really liked that gag around the SNES era. Let's see. Yeah, I could probably try to rasp all her MP away. Let's give that a go. And Maiden's Kiss. Ah, dang it, it's not gonna work. That's super lame. All my neat toys get thrown to the wayside for boring tactics like, I am a knight, I have a two-handed sword, and I hit it really, really hard. So, like, my Berserker is really the star of the show in the past couple boss fights. Like, it's kind of frustrating because my bag of tricks just doesn't work. It's like, this is the opposite of how Final Fantasy V ought to be going. Oh my god,
Final Fantasy V. You... Biatch?
Question mark? Yeah. Can I just use Pawn's Course on myself? Well, I can, but... I can't group target it. How annoying and pointless.
Pretty sure that's the thing you can do in FFD6, though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, again, all my cool tricks don't work, and their levels are scaled, so you can't blue mage them. You can't use some of your cool chemist powers. It's just hit them really hard with a knight or a black mage.
Wow, Snek, it looks like you came in the clutch again.
The reason I can't hit it really hard with a knight or a black mage is because of you. Let's not get carried away now.
Stupid Berserker being so good. Stupid Berserker, I hate you. Berserker.
I'm not tsundere for Berserker. I always said Berserker deserved a better hand than it got. Berserk as a status is like, that's as far as you go. Beyond his power, the void is contained. You shall not enter. Like, that's the thing. Like, Berserker deserved better for a game where everything hinges on your ability to control your characters. Losing control should be a lot more than just a time and a half.
Okay, Big Chungus. Big Chungus Behemoth.
That's Twintanya. 39. Oh, it's increment of 3, so that's good. Vulnerable to water and holy.
Oh,
yeah, that's Twintanya. Yeah, that is the monster.
It's okay, guys. We'll just back up so that we're slightly higher than them.
Ah, man, I can't attack you now. Wait, why is my voice the Jimmy voice? No!
Because in the end, that's your fate.
Nothing really matters.
Oh, come on, how many freaking turns are you gonna take in one go, you D-bag? It's so frustrating when they do that crap.
Yeah, this is kind of why the end game of 5 is kind of frustrating, as I can tell it, because basically it assumes you're going to be fighting in a certain level of cheese, and if you don't play at that level of cheese, the game punishes you.
Yeah, like it's doing right now, which again is super frustrating, and I just don't have a way to play around it. First thing I need to do... I can only change...
Yeah, it kind of assumes that you...
armor. Are you kidding me? I change my armor, I could just pop on a coral ring and everything would be fine. But no, they had to be a little punk about this. Oh, whoops. I really gotta stop doing that. Whoops. That was the wrong mix. Thankfully, it was a harmless mistake, but... Oh my god, that's so frustrating. How many turns do you get? Come on! Like, legit, that's infuriating. Do I have anything that resists water? No, nothing resists water. There's just nothing in the game that does that. I have spells that can immunize me from fire, ice, and lightning, just not water. It's like they barely even consider water an element in this game. Okay, hang on. I know I have some heals in here that are going to help. Okay, it's time to dip into some of my rarer resources here, because I can't afford to keep dying. Oh, good. Are you kidding me? I had no time to prep for that. Once again, it's just going to be a brute force battle. There's not going to be anything elegant about this. Thought maybe I could reflect it, but no, you can't. Let's try this again. Alright, immediately, we're going to need to change strategies here. Okay, it's probably the best we're going to be able to do. Next thing, I need to look up a mixture. Yeah, best thing we can possibly do is use the Dragon Fang Phoenix Down mix. And go from there. Okay, at least have a strategy this time. Getting hit by Twintania, of all things, right after another boss fight definitely caught me off guard. This time, however, we'll be prepared. How many times are you going to use that? Holy hell, man. So he just gets to do that just whenever, basically, is what I'm taking away from this. There's no point in even trying to have Kryl and Snek participate in the fight at this point.
So wait, is it not being reflected with,
You can't reflect Tidal Wave. It's an ability, not a spell. However, I have 2 Coral Rings, which I give to Lena and Ferris. So we're once again just going to, you know, muster this with all our brute strength. I mean, what strategy, anyway? Just hit it really hard!
I mean, that is a strategy. You call this the Super Saiyan strategy.
Just use our own enemy's attack to heal. At this point, that's really all we got.
I mean, if they're stupid enough to attack you that way, I figure, you know, hey, that is a strat.
This is the real problem, however. I have nothing that will actually get us through this. Literally nothing. So literally, wow! That literally did not give me the chance to do anything at all. Cool. Unga bunga it is. And that's the wipe. No, actually I'm surprised. She weathered that. You know, this is what Seven Deadly Schmucks Henderson was talking about. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to be rich. You just need to be able to hit things really, really hard, and you can get through life just fine. Strategy, 0. I literally won that by just going in there and swinging like an idiot. But Twintania's dead. Now I'm going to run back to the save point and heal, because holy crap, that was a huge resource soak.